She give me the best. She give me the best. She give me the best.
Best. Morning. Or afternoon. Well, it's morning. 2 minutes to morning. In Kingston, in Jamaica. Big up on yourself, big up on yourself. If you're a lady in the house, or if you're a guy and you're into that sort of thing, no problem. Get your heels. You can choose to dance in your heels, or you don't need to wear heels if you don't feel like wearing them, no problem. In about a minute, I'm going to be adding Maria, but I just wanted to get this thing up and going. Hi everybody, people are waving to me. Hi guys. Listen, I have a tendency of butchering people's IG names. If I get your names wrong when I start the big up, but when I don't hit me here. Maria is here. Okay, let me just send Maria an invite. Go live with Maria. Hi, Maria.
Hi. How are you?
I am great. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm excited.
Okay, perfect. All right. So, guys, we're starting right on time. Who say Caribbean people don't know time? Huh?
They can't say that no more.
Perfect time today. Well, let me just get this off. All right. So, today, welcome everybody to cultural exchange. This is the week of Caribbean Sexy. All right. So, it's starting off nice and strong with the lady Maria. I met Maria when I went to Trinidad, when I did the band launch there. For those of you who did not see, you can just check my timeline and you'll see, the videos and so on. But I met her. She was one of the dancers who was on stage, and she was a phenomenal. She is still a phenomenal dancer, phenomenal dance teacher, extremely versatile. I'm going to let her introduce herself to you all. Welcome, Maria, to Cultural Exchange. We're so happy that you can be here. Tell the people who you are. Tell them how long you've been dancing. Just talk to the people for me.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, Christina, for picking me to come on this. I'm very excited. As she said, I met her last year at Tribe's Festival of the Band's band launch. And she was just the most phenomenal model on the stage. And she killed it with all of her dance moves. And everybody was like, who is that girl? So we met each other in the crowd after. And we just had such a good time vibing and dancing with each other. And right, so about me, sorry. I am Maria. I'm from Trinidad, born and raised in South San Fernando. I've been dancing since I was 5 years old. I mostly did like jazz and ballet and modern and stuff when I was younger. And when I was in my teens, I got heavier into like commercial dance styles. So like jazz funk and hip hop and those kinds of stuff. And later on, once I graduated high school and stuff, I started going to University of Trinidad and Tobago. So I was there for 3 years. And I did continued ballet, but we also got to learn all of the cultural dance forms. So Caribbean folk dance, East Indian classical dance, like Katak. So I did that for 3 years. And then I wanted to further expose myself. So I studied in the States. I got I got an associate in associate in arts degree in dance in Miami. So there I did I continued modern and ballet, of course, because those are just university dance genres you have to do. But got more exposed to contemporary. And then outside of university, I trained at a studio called Showstoppers in Miami, where I got more exposed to hip hop and heels and all these new.
Showstoppers, what's that? Is that a dance group or is
It's a dance studio in South Miami, and they also had a dance company. So I was part of the dance company while I was living there. So I trained heavily in hip hop, and that's where I started learning heels, how to dance in heels. So I started taking beginner heels classes, and then advanced to advanced heels choreography classes and stuff. So Yeah, and then after I left Miami, I got an internship for a year in Los Angeles at Movement Lifestyle Dance Studio. And I worked there and trained there every single day, non-stop, taking all of the dance classes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Just for all followers, because I know a lot of women want to learn how to dance in heels. If you put up even one video, if they just go crazy. How do you do this? How do you do this? So what advice would you give to somebody who is just starting out, like a beginner? What kind of advice? Because I know there's some of them who actually are on the live right now and they're actually going to be following along. So give them some advice, Maria.
All right. So my advice when it comes to heels, a lot of people see heels dance and the appeal behind it is the sex appeal because of course sex sells, right?
Yeah.
But my theory and a lot of the more seasoned or like the legends of heels dance choreography, like Aisha Francis, who was Beyonce's choreographer, Jessica Castro from New York, like all these big names will always tell you that the essence in a heels dancer comes from within and your intention behind your movement. So just trying to forcefully look sexy and thinking that the move is what making it sexy is not it. It's about an internal feeling and really embracing yourself and having that sort of like deep inner confidence and comfort in yourself and knowing that this is going to look sexy no matter what I wear in, no matter how I do it, it's how I feel in and it will come out authentically.
Yeah.
You know?
I love that you said that too, Maria, because I think a lot of persons, when they come to a class, I guess you can tell me if you get the same thing, they feel like they have to be as perfect or look exactly like what the teacher is doing. So I love that you said the authentic. Okay, all right. So yeah, so like I was saying, I love that you're saying authenticity needs to be there and personally just take it from within. You know what I mean? So I try to emphasize that all the time, but you know, some persons they get a little shy, but I think this is a perfect avenue, ladies who are watching. You can follow along, and the great thing is that nobody's watching you. You don't have to record anything.
Yeah.
So, okay? All right. So, I have a few more questions to ask you, but I want to get right into it.
Right.
So for those of you who are just joining us, we're going to be doing Stiletto-Sexy with Maria. She's from Trinidad, and we're going to be doing Dancehall-Sexy as well. All right. So I have a it's a very short routine, nothing too long. It's popcorn and it's best blessed. All right. So I'm going to give you 3 dancehall steps. The first one is Lucky Teen. The second one is TikTok, and the last one is Frame Wine. All right. So let me see what people are saying. Big up yourself, Ticia. Big up Henroy, Dan Fitz. Right. So I'm giving you guys just like about 30 seconds to get your heels. When you're ready to give them some dancehall, man, they move. I'm cool kid. That's true, you know. Cool kid, Miss Link, don't worry. All right. Big up everybody. Any questions? No. Today's session looks like it will be lit already. Girl, of course it will be. All right. So this is a song. I'm gonna get right into it because I know. It's popcorn, right?
All right.
Wow.
You are the love of my life, the love of my life. Right.
Yeah. All right. So I start the song on the verse. So. Ah. All right. So Lucky Tea. So the first move that you're going to do, Maria, is Lucky Tea.
All right. Let's see.
That is self-explanatory. Lucky Tea. So we're going to go out and lock. Out, lock. So if I turn to the side, it looks like out, lock. Out, lock. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So Lucky Tea. Right after Lucky Tea, we're going to do TikTok. And everybody across the Caribbean do TikTok. Yeah? If we go right or, to the side, then back, left, forward, drop. All right? After that, no, we're going to go catch, 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 catch. All right? Yes. And you know what's fantastic, guys? Dancehall is known throughout the Caribbean. So it's like if you see Maria doing it naturally. Actually, when I went to Trinidad, they were doing dancehall dancing. Don't see?
Yeah.
They were on the stage. Listen, they know more dancehall than we.
Yeah.
So when I use the words and Maria is doing it, guys, listen, don't be surprised, all right? So we're gonna put it together again. So we start off with the lucky team, and these we're gonna repeat them, all right? So 3, 2, 1. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. This back, left, and drop, and catch, 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 catch. All right. And then we're gonna go to the other side.
Okay.
So the same thing. So we're gonna go lucky team, 2, 3, 4. Then hit back, tap, 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 drop, 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 drop.
Does it matter where your hand is placed for the catch?
The catch, I have like typically it's right here.
There.
But
Okay.
when the music starts, I might do like that.
All right. Okay.
So how I normally teach like Dancehall-Sexy, I
Uh-huh.
used to tell ladies the art. I'm going to give you the basic steps,
Yeah.
and then be free to put your hand wherever. So
All
if
right.
I hand here, the music hits, and I start feeling it, I might go, you know.
Yeah.
So let's go to that first part
Okay.
with the music. So we
Hey.
3, 4, side, back, 1, and jump. 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, back, 1, and jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go here.
All right. All right. Somebody clap.
All right, so
1, 2. I missed the clap.
So this is frame 1, right?
Okay.
The ultimate girls. It's to the side, to
Mhm.
the side, hit the back of the hands,
Mhm.
them together, and then go down with a line,
Okay.
and up with a line. So the hands are flat. Facing
All right.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah. Yes. So then go down and up. And again, let me do that one again, especially for the persons at home. So you go side, side, hit the hands together, clap, down, and pull it. Alright? Yeah, let me do that again.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, and 4. Down and up. Yeah? So do it fast. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Da, 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 da.
All right. Yeah.
Alright. So, how people at home stay on the good or they just watching?
I think they're just watching.
Awesome. Talk about making lemonade out of lemons. Ah, Bernard, big up Bernard, my cousin. Big up. You remember to call you lemonade, Bernard? Alright, let me see. Bab, Maria up in the 868, of course. Alright, cool. So, Maria, we're gonna get right into it
Okay.
because I want to give you the floor, okay?
Okay.
So, here we go. Very simple routine for those at home. Alright. I will start on the verse, Maria. So we start when he says, work it like a red strap light.
It starts where?
It starts on the verse. So it might be a little bit delayed, I'm not sure, but it starts on the verse. 7 and 1.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll use your music. I'll listen to your music. I will play.
Let's see.
Treating you right, loving me, you wind up, you're my queen.
5, 6, woo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
give me the best. She give me the best. She give me the best.
All right.
Loving you daily and treating you right.
Yes.
All right. One more. How you stay? You good?
Yeah, one more.
One more time. Here we go.
My baby. Really, carrots are good. The baby, my baby.
5, 6, 7, 8, 1.
Really, carrots are good. The baby, you're alright. I something one time. Alright, take it all night, yeah. Wind up your life. Yeah. Position on the city and the one rock. Plus the weed, we are little bit. She is the best. She give me the best. She give me the best. She give me the best. Loving you dearly and treating you right. Good times and bad times and me and you right.
All right,
Hey.
people. Okay. So, as a quick Dancehall-Sexy, for those of you who didn't catch it, remember I'm going to upload this later, all right? So, we're ready for you now, Maria.
All right.
Ready?
So, yes, we're going to do just to get us familiar with like just basic heels technique, just so we know what we're doing. Two very important things to remember in heels, right? Be aware of where you're placing your weight, because obviously the heels is an accessory. So it's not the usual shifting of weight. You have to keep your weight over your toes, right? Because you want to make sure you have stability. So your hips and shoulders over your toes. Yeah? And you never want to break your lines in heels. So that means you don't want too many bent knees in where you have to have a clean line. Yeah? So it's you can kind of relate heels technique to ballet technique in a sense, because it's very much about lines. So you want to keep those lines because you want to keep the foundation of the style, and then you could add the source of the other dance genres, like your dancehall where you would bend your knees and stuff like that. But in terms of heels technique, you want to keep them lines straight.
Listen, people.
There's a lot of core work, like knowing where to place your weight and knowing your core and being aware of what your knees are doing. And one more thing, you want to know what we need to know what a bevel is. So I'm just going to show you quickly what a bevel is, right? Bevel is like the first position of heels. So just like how ballet, I don't even know if you can see my feet. I'll tilt this down a little bit. Yeah? Just like how ballet has first position where your feet are turned out like this.
Yes.
Heels has the bevel, and that's this position where your left leg or your right leg, whichever leg you're beveling on, you have one straight supporting leg, and the other leg is pulled in, and you're kind of sitting on the side of the big toe. Yeah, and you're squeezing the thighs together to make this nice curve in the body. Yeah, so that's what you want to keep. So that is the bevel. Yeah, so you know how, yeah. So you keep the legs straight and squeeze those inner thighs, pull up from the pelvis, yeah, and squeeze together. So you get this nice curve in the body. Because you use the bevel throughout heels, right? Obviously, this is an Instagram live, so it's a little tricky to teach all of these things. So let's just dive straight into some movement, right? I'm using the song Da Walk from Kess. It's spelled D-A-H-W-U-K. Da Walk from Kess. So we're gonna do just a little bit, just a few steps. So you're gonna start facing the right. Yeah? So you're gonna stretch out this left leg to the front. So I'll show you to the side so you can see what it looks like. Yeah? You're gonna stretch it out to the side like this. So the right foot is bent, the left leg is straight, and the left toe is kind of on the side. So you're on the side of your toe there. Yeah? From there, You're gonna place your hands on your thighs and swoop the head under. Yes, kind of like you're trying to pass underneath a cord or a bar, yeah? So you get that effect. Yes, ma'am. So you duck under, and your hand reaches for your ankle. Yeah, when you do that. Oh, the ankle? Yeah. So all together it looks like this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah? And then you're going to pull the leg into you and slide the hand up the leg.
Oh, and it goes to the bevel. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Good. How we doing? Any questions?
I'm learning.
Good. Great, great, great. I'm not seeing any questions. Yeah, this is all we need. Okay. Good.
With the switch from dancehall to soca fast. Yes.
Yeah, so it starts, he says, gal, you don't know. So you're going, gal, you don't know. Yeah, so for the pull up, no, you're pulling up the side of the leg. Yeah? Gal, you don't know. Yeah? And then you're just going to do a little switch on your feet. You're stepping back on the left foot and sitting. Yeah, with your right foot in the front. And then you step back and do it again. Yes. So it goes, gal, you don't know. You only teasing when you whine. Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Good job. Yeah. So I'm just gonna play the music just so you could start to get familiar. Yes. Step, switch, step, switch. Good job. Yes. Perfect. Oh my gosh, it's so hot today. You're feeling good?
Yes.
Okay. So let me know if you're hearing the music, right?
All right, that's it.
Playing from iPhone.
It's good?
Yes, I hear it. Let me try this strap. Hold on.
Yeah, but you're hearing it?
Yeah, ready when you are.
All right, I'll count in. Right? Five, 6, 7, 8, down. Step, step. Yes.
Can you turn up a little bit? Can you
Turn it
a
up.
Yeah.
Oh. Here what? 1 second.
All right. All right, big up yourself, Sandy. I hope you are doing the Trinidad sexy in stilettos. Guys, big up Trinidad. You know, I'm gonna come to Trinidad. Can you guys adapt me, please?
Please come back as soon as Corona craziness is over.
I know, right?
I don't know if I can get it any louder, but I brought the phone closer to the speaker, so I hope
Okay, all right. Okay, no problem.
But it is a little quick. So,
Right.
just to let you know, he says, when I say 5, 6, 7, 8, he says, gal, you don't know. And the dip happens on the gal. So he goes, gal, you don't know. You only teasing when you whine.
Okay.
Yeah?
All
Yeah.
right. All right.
All right, so I'll count in. Hopefully you can hear it better. Oops. All right. Five, 6, 7, 8, 7. Switch. Yes. You good?
Yes.
Okay. Let's just learn like 2 more moves.
All
All
right.
right?
All right.
We went in, switch. Then you're gonna go hip. So we sitting in this right hip right now. I'll come closer. You're sitting in your right hip. Your foot is in that little pop. You're on your toes, yeah?
Yeah.
You're gonna go, your hip is down right now, so you're gonna hit it up. Yeah, and straighten the legs. Exactly. Yeah. And then you're gonna put your hands on your thighs. Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So you go hip, hip, straighten your knees,
Hip, hip.
hands on your thighs,
Mm-hmm.
and then this is gonna be the last step. It's a little bit tricky, so just try to understand what I'm explaining. So you want to think of the connection from the top of your head through your tailbone, yeah, and how it moves in connection with each other. So from here, you're gonna, from the head, initiate the arch, yeah. As you go down, you're gonna kind of snake through your body. So it's gonna go back, front, down. I kind of fell over.
Oh.
But it goes, he says hip, it goes tick, tick, hands on the thighs, and he says, oh, yeah.
I just put the hands up. So, woo.
It's a workout.
Here,
Uh-huh.
and drop.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. I think we'll stop for there for right now. It's getting a little complicated after. So I think that's good for today. Yeah, but he sings, just so you know what to listen for. He says, so you went, girl, you don't know. You only teasing when you whine like that. Oh, oh. Hip, hip. Yes. So the only thing I'll correct, what you're doing, is your head, when it is you go, hip, hip. Make sure your head is forward first, so that you don't throw your weight back.
forward first.
Yes.
That,
Hip, hip, down, head down. Yeah, and then arch back. Yes. Yes. Exactly. Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. Over the top.
All right, let's run it from the top. Slow.
Yeah. Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8. Girl, you don't know. Step and hip, hip, forward, back. Oh.
Yes. All right.
One more time, a little faster.
Yeah. Okay.
Any questions?
No, man.
All right, ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. Girl, you don't know. You only teasing when you whine. Hip, hip, forward, back, and down. Yeah? And when you finish, just because we're not continuing, make sure when you ripple through, right, you get your hands on top of your knees and you kind of like a cutesy position to end.
Okay.
Like, hey.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah. All right, let's try it with the music. Ready? Oh, sorry. Let me just mention this one time. I mean, it is soca music. So by all means, ladies who are taking part in this, and Christina, by all means, free up and whine to start the combination. If you want to slow whine, fast whine to start before we start the choreography.
Maria, so somebody says here, we need wake, slave, pray. We need some of them fast soca wine moves.
I saw that. So that's what I was going to say. If you all want to, in the beginning, when, you know, the song warming up, you could start the slow whine. I mean, the song is groovy soca, so it would be slower. Yeah, so you could free up how you want in the beginning and do your slow whine and go down.
All right.
Yeah, and bring it up.
Okay, I can do that. I mean, wine.
Yes.
I need wine and come on.
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to start it now.
All right, cool.
There we go. What happened?
I think I went too fast. All right. You want to add anything at the end or you're good?
Let me see.
Oh.
Let's do the close up, just to kind of wrap it up. When you go, oh, we're gonna stretch the knees,
Yeah.
legs are straight, and you're gonna swipe up the back,
Ah.
and you're gonna arch. Yeah? So again, that connection between the top of your head and your tailbone, you really wanna arch and swipe up the back of your legs.
Okay.
To finish, and then you could free up how you want afterwards.
Okay. Alright, cool. Let's do it again.
Okay.
So, stand on. Alright.
Let's go.
Before you start.
Oh wait. When
we reach right here, it's up,
and
then look down. So,
yeah, one time. It's fast.
Up, look down, and open.
Yes, you kind of snake down.
Up.
Yes.
All right.
And he says, step, hip, forward, back, down, up, and then free up how you want.
I love this one.
Yes.
I love that one.
So you don't fall back. Make sure you really pull your head up and straighten the backs of your legs, because you don't want to bend, right? You want to really arch. The head will keep your balance. Yeah, and you come up rather than sending the weight back and falling back. Yeah, so, So down, drop the head. So go back down in the stoop. Go back, yeah. So when you're here, so just watch me for 2 seconds. When you're here, keep the head down and reach for your feet and then arch and come up.
Oh, okay, so you stay down first.
Yes, stretch the legs and then, yes. Exactly. All right, let me do it.
Ready. Ready. 5, 6, 7, 8. Step. Hip, down back. Up.
Yes, man.
All right. All right, guys.
Oh, that was good.
Okay, you guys caught it? Champagne Clark. Ah, that's my mommy. Big up, mommy. What are you doing? Listen, my mother has not joined any one of these. She's the one that she joins. Wow.
Hey. Yes, mom.
Mommy, we need to talk. All right. So, I want to ask you, what are your views on, sensuality in society and, women expressing themselves? Because I know a lot of people see it as taboo. So, like, they'll see a woman dancing sexy, as we just did, and they'll say, oh, no, she's full of it. What is your opinion on that?
Right. So when it comes to dancing sexy, right? It goes back to what I was saying at the beginning of this, right? It is all about your intention. Why are you doing it? Why are you moving the way that you do? Yeah. What is your story behind it? What's the purpose? How are you feeling? Because, and I think this is becoming, I really hope I don't get any flack for saying this, but I think, as much as whining is a culturally accepted and embraced social dance in Trinidad, of course, when we're on the road for carnival, we whining onto the ground and everybody having a good time. Yeah. But I feel like in the dance industry, if you could call it that, in Trinidad, it's starting to become very over-sexualized in the sense that we just put in women on the stage in whatever, in the front of the video and objectifying them. And we're just saying we want hot girl thing, we want a little wine down to the ground. And it's like, what could I feel like it could be used in so many other different ways, and there are so many other ways you can be sexy without being overtly sexual, if that makes sense, right? So, so what we did, I feel like what we did just now, we weren't, like we whined in the beginning and stuff, but is us enjoying the dance, understanding what the message is in the music, and enjoying our body and learning the technique of the dance, but then also adding our personality and what makes us feel sexy to the movement, rather than saying like, I need to shake my butt all over the screen and wear the raunchiest of clothes,
So I think that's true. I think that's very true. I think when people lose the essence of what it is that they're doing and why they're doing it for, because I think with the emergence of social media, what you find too is that people are just doing every and anything just to get a few likes. And at
Yes.
the end of the day, all right, you get all of these likes, but then how does that transcend to you being, anything
A
of substance?
woman.
You know,
Yeah.
and I mean, I'm not criticizing anybody, but it's just that, as you said, you see it all the time. No, it's less about the culture, more so about views, trying to get popularity and so on. So
Yeah.
I totally see where you're coming from with this. Is anybody or somebody saying they agree? Yeah, what do you guys think about that in terms of sensuality, women being sexy in society? Okay, one person, Chetwayo. Guys, again, I'm sorry if I butcher anybody's IG name. So Chetwayo says the motive behind the action is more important than the action itself. That's very true.
Yes.
And it reads differently as well, because you can always see when somebody's actually dancing from their heart. And that's one of the things that I love about you, Maria. So if you go to her page, and even like some of the simplest of steps, they look so organic because you can see that she's dancing from within. As she said earlier, you need to dance from within herself. So that's very true as well.
I think what you mentioned about social media, social media could be such a positive tool, and it could be such it could have such bad effects as well. Because I've never been the one to like do things for likes or for following. I do things for myself. Like obviously at the end of the day, I am my brand and I'm a dancer and I have to have a social media platform. But at the end of the day, I know what I post matters to me and it has to be of importance to me and at a certain standard for me. And a lot of the times, like I was saying right now, like when I scroll through my feed, a lot of what I'm seeing is just another version of somebody else's interpretation of sexy. So a big thing, I was talking to a friend of mine who is a big heels, who is like one of the heads of heels dancing in Trinidad. Her name is Katie C. She has a company called Healing Queens and she teaches heel foundations and heels choreography. And we were having a long conversation last night about how there are the legendary heels dancers in the US, right? And all of them come from a very technical background, from ballet or jazz or whatever. But then they've each figured out their brand and their personality to tie to the foundation. So there's Aaliyah Janelle, who is very big and very popular on social media. And you know, as much as I love her and I know for a fact she's highly trained, right? And she knows her technique, but her interpretation of heels is based on her personality. So she has that very you know, what's the word? I don't want to say the wrong words, you know, but she has her style of heels. And a lot of people look to that as what heels or sexy dancing is supposed to be. But there's so many other versions or layers or interpretations of sexy, and it comes from an individual standpoint. What is sexy to me? I could wear a big long t-shirt and still do my dance moves and feel sexy as hell.
That's very true. All right, so let me see what else. So Salit says those moves are so good for the body, both physically and mentally. The more you hold in, the more you get sick. Get it out and move your body. I absolutely agree. As her name suggests, she's a belly dance instructor, Maria. I had her on the live last week Thursday and we did belly dancing. So I totally agree with you, Salit. I think many persons they tend to hold in, because I honestly believe that all women have a sensual side. I mean, we're women. All women have that natural, as Ticia says, feminine divine energy about us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just for us to decide, okay, we need to develop a channel through which we express it. We do it through dance. Other persons might do it through Ticia does jewelry. Sally does belly dancing, and there are other ways of channeling it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So, for sure.
It's just all about the motivation behind it, the intention behind it.
For sure.
Like, a big thing that who was it that said it? You're dancing, when it comes to dance or whatever you choose to do or put out on the platform, when it comes to being sexy or womanly or whatever, is all about intention, not attention. So if you're dancing with attention and not for somebody else's attention or approval, it will come across organic and it will naturally be sexy because that is the intention you have behind it. Your story, who you think you're dancing for, how you're feeling, whatever.
true.
Yeah.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Wake Slay Pray says, ladies are pros. I'm here looking like I have a bad leg and back, but I will keep trying.
Yes, keep
That's
trying.
the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. It comes with practice, right? Because just as Maria says, she's done the foundations of dancing in stilettos, which I would definitely love to do. So I'm gonna have to. You can even tell us, where do you do online lessons in terms of like the foundations of stiletto sexy dancing? Because I would love to add that to what I do.
Yes. So right now, I mean, to be fair, in terms of like foundation or like beginner heels, I'm not 100% sure, but I could give you the names of some of the choreographers that I look at. There is Sienna Lyons, Sienna Lyons. She is a heels teacher. She comes from a jazz background. She teaches both heels foundation and choreography, and I believe she does some Instagram live sessions. There is Liana Blackburn? No, Black. Oof, I'm messing up the name. I'm forgetting her last name, Liana. Somebody say it in the comments, please, because I'm forgetting her name. But Liana, her name is Daily Dancer Diet. I'll put it here. Daily Dancer Diet on Instagram. And she's excellent as well. Jessica Castro is another great one from New York. like Blackburn, right? Sounds correct. Jessica Castro, Castro. Katie C, who's in this chat, who is helping me out right now. I'm not too sure if Katie is. I think Katie started doing online Zoom classes with her. She's from Trinidad. She is very well versed in the art of the heel because she trains a lot in New York, and has a strong balletic background. So you could go and check out her Instagram page and see what beginner stuff she might be offering or Instagram live stuff. And then I might do like a little heel session on my Instagram page. So yeah.
And as soon as you do that too, I will share it as well. All right. So
okay, cool.
Yeah. Soy X says dancing empowers us. Sometimes it invites attention of others, but as long as you are true to yourself, dancing keeps you alive. Yeah. I agree 100%.
Me too.
100%. And Salit says, are those specific moves for heels, or can it be done with any dance style?
The moves that I just did, they could be done without the heel. You know, it's just, I think the reason why it has the foundation behind it is that, you know, you don't risk injury. Because sometimes if you're dancing in heels and you don't know where to put your weight. Sometimes I know so many people who have popped their knee out, torn an ACL, rolled their ankle, pull a muscle in the hip or the back or something, just because you don't know how to transfer your weight in the heels. You're wearing complete wrong heels as a beginner dancer, you know.
Very good point. What would you recommend in terms of like beginner heels? Because I get that question a lot as well. How would you, what can you tell us about that?
Okay, so if you're taking a heels foundation class and it's not like a Broadway, you need a character shoe for Broadway. I like these, right? The little boot cut. So the general consensus is that your shoe should have strong ankle support. So not just a loose pump where your ankle or your foot could fly out of the shoe, right? Yeah. A heel height, obviously you want the stiletto because you need to practice dancing in the stiletto, right? You could start off chunky if you want to feel safe in the beginning, but you want to start getting comfortable with the stiletto idea. But start at a height that is good for you. Like this is a good height for me. I think this is 3 or 3.5 to 4 inches, because if it's too high for you and you're not ready, your Achilles tendon, which is this tendon in the back here, when you hike it up too much, it'll start to cramp your calves and you won't be able to function in the class. It's uncomfortable. And no platforms, no pumps. You know, when you have a platform on the bottom of the shoe, you can't feel your toes against the floor. There's a disconnect between your feet, the ball of your feet, and the ground, and that's bad for weight placement in heels. So this is like your booty, your little boot cut shoe is a good, you know, the real bang up now.
So would you say you have to be able to walk? Like you have to be able to walk a good distance in the heels?
Yes. You have to be able to walk if you want to dance. Yeah, you have to be able to walk in if you can dance. Yeah.
So walking, you should be able to walk in them. They should have good ankle.
Yes.
All right. she said, you can start with chunky heels if you want to, and then you can progress or advance to the stiletto.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. Henroy Dan Fit Fusion Skankers. I know that's a dancer. I personally think it's the motive. Once the motive is creating true expression of one's passion. Okay, I get what you're saying. You're saying. Pretty much reiterating what we've been saying as well. Yes, I agree 100%. Joint Child says, honestly agree. Just because you're sexy doesn't mean you don't have respect for yourself. You just feel comfortable in your body. Agree 100%. I think that was relating to what we were saying earlier. Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
KTC, intention, clarity, and commitment.
Yes.
ICC, intention, clarity, and commitment.
Yeah.
And Wake Slay Pray. Oh, I think these comments were related to what we were saying earlier about the culture and intention versus attention. And one person, Wake Slay Pray, says the music does not help us. Some of it is very disrespectful. And you know, interestingly, as she says that, and I'm going to let you go soon. I'm
not in any rush.
Time, but I'm enjoying this.
Yeah, me too. I'm not in a rush at all.
Conversation, because it's a conversation, and I think women need more of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, agreed.
The whole sensuality, expression of self, and so on. And so I'm really happy, you know, and I'd love to be able to collab after all of this, you know, pandemic. Yes. I'd love to do more in terms of this, you know, if it's
for sure
here or I come there, whatever it is. You know what I mean? So Wake Slay Pray says the music doesn't help us. Sometimes it's very disrespectful. I 100% agree with her on that. And I think that too goes back to the whole social media thing too, because a lot of artists, some of them, if you meet them in person, they are not like what their music expresses. A lot of them are just doing it just to get the popularity, because the truth is a lot of them don't get put on unless they are singing a certain level of vulgarity. You know what I mean? And they don't, like the mainstream, they don't really get that unless they're singing at a certain level. So sometimes it's like
agreed, because like I was saying, you know, sex sells, but it's so important as an artist in whatever medium, dance, music, visual art, whatever, you know, like you have to be so grounded in yourself and like have a strong sense of self to know that so for me personally, if somebody was to approach me with a job where, you know, they want me to twerk, they show me a little itty bitty piece of cloth for the costume, and they want me to twerk and split and bounce and all this kind of stuff, I will say no matter how much it's paying me, because that goes against my values and what I should be doing with my passion and talent.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
one artist that I would always go to, I always draw to, is like a Machel Montano. Like I know people are like, oh, Machel Montano, whatever, but I just feel like Machel Montano, as an artist, he's just one of those persons who makes you feel good. And the music is never disrespectful. Like I've never heard a disrespectful lyric from that man. He's always music. It's wholesome. You know, it's family time music. Yeah. Quite a bit in Jamaica as well. So to my dancehall fans, do not tell people and soca. But I'm just saying, just because, you know, my special guest is from Trinidad. All right, yes. Okay, Wake Slay Pray is repeating, is responding. She says, yes, but the influence promotes abuse and disrespect to us. I wish they understood the strength behind lifting us up. And that's very true. That's absolutely true.
Yeah. Absolutely true. I know that could be, that is a little bit more present in dancehall music sometimes. I mean, soca is so generally based or centralized around carnival and partying and being happy. And so...
I am not talking about dancehall right
now.
I know. Every time I talk about dancehall people, they come down for me. But that's not about dancehall. I know.
It's tricky.
All right, so I'm going to let her go now, guys. But do you have any last comments, any questions you want to ask Maria before she goes? You can follow her. Her Instagram page it's usually up in the top left-hand corner. So you should see her Instagram page. You can click there, follow Maria. Maria, do you have a YouTube channel?
Not really. I don't post on it. My Instagram page is what's active.
All right, so follow her Instagram, and she's also on Twitter. Twitter has the same name, right?
Yeah.
With the same name. So follow her on those pages. So I'm gonna let you go now, Maria. Thank you guys for joining Cultural Exchange. Maria, it has been a blessing. With Maria, guys, miss you so much. Again, guys, follow her page, follow Instagram, follow her on Twitter. All right.
Thank you so much, Christina. I really appreciated this. It was beautiful.
All right. Cool. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. All right, it's a great session. Thank you, Casey. Cool. Oops. All right.